All right, hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to talk about more Corvettes, if you can't already tell. I do have my entire row of generations of Corvettes here. So, and as you can see over here, we do have the quote-unquote mystery vehicles. I didn't forget about those. Our second one has arrived, so we're going to be unwrapping those in just a second here. But today's video is mainly just going to be about the completion or quasi-completion of my Corvette collection. So, first off, without any further ado, I'm going to pull these two over, which are under covers right now, and we are going to unveil them on camera. So first off, this is the one we saw a few videos ago. We're going to check out what is under the tarp. It is none other than a 63 Corvette. So I mentioned in the last Corvette chit chat video, and we'll go ahead and open this guy up too. It is none other than a matching red 63 Corvette. So I have a red and a green now, kind of a Christmas theme. They were kind of part of my Christmas gifts, but the red one took a little while longer to get here. They were given to me by my father. He heard in my last Corvette video, I mentioned that I didn't actually have any 1963 Corvettes with the notorious split back window. That was only on the 1963s that you had that split back window. So, in order to help complete my Corvette collection, my father sent me these two absolutely gorgeous 63 Corvettes. And I also mentioned that I did not have a C7, a 7th generation Corvette, the guy in between these two, or which should be in between those two. So I did some searching and didn't come up with much. There's not a lot of C7s out there, at least to the level of detail that I appreciate. I was, however, able to find one. It is a matchbox. It is a plastic base with plastic tires. But the car itself, ooh, don't drop it now, does actually look really good. The engine detail is absolutely incredible on this thing. We'll take a closer look at this guy in a little bit. But it is a really nice looking casting, so I decided to grab it anyway. But we are going to take a closer look at our two new 1963 Corvettes. I'm going to go ahead and move this row of Corvettes out of my way here, just so I have some room to move my hands around and whatnot. So let's start off with the red one here. Absolutely beautiful looking car. This is honestly one of my favorite Corvettes, the Splitback 63. It just looks so much cooler than the open window. Here we have, I believe this is a 65. No, this is it says 427 on the hood, so this is either a 66 or a 67. The 427 was not introduced until 66, and the 1965 had the 396. These guys, the 63s and 64s, were equipped with the 327. Made about, I want to say about 365 horsepower out of the fuel-injected, what was it? The L73, I believe, were the early fuel-injected ones. I could be wrong. I forget. But yeah, these had fuel injection. Now, there were options that you could get one with a carburetor and whatnot, but the fuel injected models actually made the most power. So go ahead and check out our green 63 here. Absolutely stunning looking car. Very, very nice. And I love the Christmas colors, the red and green. It goes great. Still kind of in a Christmassy mood. You know, we're not too far into the new year here. We do have a Corvette on, or a license plate on our Corvette. It says Verdette. That's pretty clever because it's green. Verd, Corvette. Green vet. Spanish for green vet, I guess. Very, very nice looking. What was the license plate on the red one? That one is, ooh. Come on, focus. Candy apple. Very nice. Yes, indeed. That sure is a candy apple. I really love Johnny Lightning's paint jobs. I forget who made the comment, but somebody made a comment recently on one of my videos about Johnny Lightning's paint jobs just being top notch, and they really are. I mean, that thing is just fantastic looking. We'll go ahead and zoom in there a little bit. The metal flake in the paint looks perfect. Absolutely gorgeous car. Yeah, that split back window just looks so much cooler. It really does. I mean, here, let's do a quick comparison here between our late model C2 and our early model C2. There you go. Yeah, I absolutely love the split window. I think it looks so much better. Go ahead and scoot that guy over. Get back to our red one. And zoom out. There we go. So let's get the hoods open on these guys. Give me a second real quick. All right, so our red one said no, and I only ask once for an open hood. I don't like to push my luck with it. But fortunately, our green one said yes. So we'll take, let's go ahead and zoom in here again. Give you a little bit of a better view of that 327 under the hood there. And there's your nice tan interior as well. The interior looks nice. This is do we have a shifter? It kind of looks like it has a shifter. Probably a 4-speed car. These were equipped with a 4-speed manual, a 3-speed manual, and I think also a 3-speed automatic. So you could get the early model Vets, I think, with a 3 on the tree. Kind of cool. But personally, I'd take the 4 on the floor. Go ahead and get that hood closed. Very, very nice looking cars, and an awesome, awesome addition to the collection. Something that I have been really missing from the collection, absolutely. Before we forget, we'll take a peek underneath. Let's see. 8/21/2019. So yeah, these guys are a little older. 2019 release. And then, of course, there's your casting date, 1999. And then we do have a year and model, 1963 Corvette, used under license. Very interesting, something I always like to point out. We've got mirrors on the 63, but no mirrors on our 67, which is kind of interesting. This, I believe this 67 is a relatively newer casting. So they forgot the mirrors on that one, but they got them on the 63, and they look fantastic. Go ahead and scoot this red one over again. The red looks absolutely killer under the lights. Go ahead and zoom in on that so you guys can get a nice view of that. Candy apple red. Very nice metal flake detail in there. That looks fantastic. Some nice interior detail in there as well. We'll go ahead and take a peek at the base on this guy. If I'm not mistaken, this should be... Oh no, look at that, 8/29/2018. So this is a 2018 release, this red one here, and the green one is a 2019 release. Huh. Very interesting. But nonetheless, very cool. Yeah, super excited about the 63s. I finally have not just one 63, but a pair of 63 Corvettes, and a nice matching pair at that. So very, very exciting stuff there. I'll go ahead and scoot these guys into their own little section here of the parking lot. Move one of our lifts out of the way here. So I guess today is going to be a bit of a shorter video since I only have 3 cars to show you guys. But we'll check out this Matchbox C7. So this is a 7th generation Corvette. These guys went from 2014 to 2019. Not a super long run. 2014. So that is, these guys were the first ones to get the LT series engines. The LT1 6.2 liter is what you would find in this guy here. This is just a entry level, I don't want to say necessarily base model, but it's not a ZR1 or a Z06 or anything like that, which received the supercharged LT4 and LT5s. But this, I believe, was the first Corvette to get the 7-speed manual. So you have 7 gears instead of a 6-speed manual. Yeah, you would just have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, and then reverse. So that was the Tremec TR6070. Made it to the back of a 460 horsepower LT1 V8. This thing was no joke. And they, certainly are still extremely potent cars. We do have kind of a interesting thing going on with the roof here. It's kind of see-through-ish plastic to simulate the T-tops, the tinted T-tops, which is a pretty cool detail. Again, like I said, this is a Matchbox. So, and it's not any of their like premium line. I do have some cool Matchbox stuff on the way since we don't usually see too many Matchbox on the channel. So plastic base, plastic wheels and tires, although the wheels do look nice. They almost kind of have like little fake brake rotors behind them. I don't know, maybe I'll drill the rivets out and put some rubber tires on this because I do have some Corvette wheels that would be perfect for this guy, some late model Corvette rims. But, anyway, for the time being, we'll just leave it the way it is. It is a really nice looking casting for a Matchbox. I mean, you've got all the detail, headlight details, Corvette emblem on the front there. Go ahead and focus on that. Another one, the paint looks absolutely fantastic on this. The metal flake looks really, really good up there with Johnny Lightning. Yeah, I don't really have a lot of Matchbox stuff. We have mirrors on it too. I don't really have a lot of Matchbox stuff. They, I don't know why. They do make some really nice stuff, and some of their premium lines with the, rubber tires and metal bases, although they are a bit harder to find, are really nice looking. Some good interior detail in there. It looks like a cockpit of a fighter jet, honestly. We'll go ahead and get our hood open here. This really blew me away. The amount of detail on the engine of this thing is fantastic. I'll go ahead and hold it like that. But it even has the Corvette lettering on it. So there's your LT1, like I said, 465, I believe, horsepower. Beast of a car, and a very nice color too. I really love this blue. Looks absolutely fantastic. Ooh, messing up my zoom here. There we go. Go ahead and shut the hood there. Let's take another peek at the base, just because, like I said, we don't usually see a lot of Matchbox stuff on here. I believe this guy is from 2017, it says there, and then 2016 Corvette Stingray. Right, so this is a 2016 model year. Made in Thailand. Very nice car, and always welcome in the collection. I may even put this up in the display case with the rest of the Corvettes, just so I can fill in the spot there where I'm missing a year or a body style. Very, very cool stuff. So real quick, let's go ahead and... So let's do a little rundown here. We've got our first generation Corvette. They ran from 1953 all the way up to 1962. So this would be a mid 50s, or I'm sorry, late 50s body style. The mid 50s are a little, or first body styles are a little different. But there is your first generation Corvette, followed by your second generation Corvette. This is our 63 from today's video. This was the first generation, or the second generation. This would be the first generation where only V8s were available. The first generation did have a straight 6 option. I think the first year of the Corvettes were all only available with a 4.2 liter straight 6. So only V8 options were available for the second generation. And I believe later first generations only V8s were available, but I could be wrong about that. So we'll go ahead and switch to our next one, our third generation Corvette. So here we have an earlier model, third generation. I believe this is a 68 or a 69, equipped with the 427 big block. These things were awesome, awesome, awesome cars. Really, really powerful. The third generation. So third generation ran all the way from 1968 up until 1982. They went through a lot of body style changes through that, what is that, 14 years there? And then in 1983, as we know, there was no model year for the 1983 Corvette. Next up is our 4th generation Corvette, or C4, as it is more commonly known. So this ran all the way from 1984 up until 1996, where was the last year for this body style, equipped with the LT1s. Again, another one of my favorites, probably the least liked Corvette out of all the different generations among collectors. The C4 was always kind of looked down upon for its, reliability issues, and some people think they're ugly. But for me, this was the Corvette when I was born. So this will, the C4 will always have a special place in my heart. Very good looking car. Next up is our C5, or 5th generation Corvette. These ran all the way from 1997 up until 2000, and I want to say I think it was 2004 was the last year for this body style Corvette. Now here, this example is a Z06, so the rear window glass on the Z06, like I mentioned previously when I unboxed this car, the rear window glass is chopped short on the Z06. On the regular bodies, or on the regular ones, the non-Z06s, the rear window glass extends out to the trunk. So just an interesting little feature there. Again, very, very cool car. Another one that I really grew up around. This was definitive, this was the Corvette as I was growing up. So another very cool car, another very special one to me. Next up is our C6, the 6th generation Corvette. This is, what was it, 2005 till 2013. Was this body style. First body style to not have hideaway headlights. This is the first time we've seen headlights on a Corvette since the 1950s. In the 1960s, as we know, they went to the hideaway style, and that ran all the way from the 60s up until the early 2000s. So the 2005 here would be our first year with non-hideaway headlights. They obviously weighed much less and were much safer because people like to run out in the street and get run over and impaled by hideaway headlights, apparently. But yeah, very, very cool car. I believe these were equipped with the LS2 when they were first introduced, but later got the LS3 in, I believe, 2009 or 2010. Moving on to our 7th generation Corvette, we have here from today's video. As I just mentioned previously, this was the LT1 equipped 7-speed. Very, very cool car. Looks like a fighter jet, if you ask me. And like I said, very excited to add this one to the collection. And lastly, of course, we have our final form, or latest form of the Corvette, the C8, the mid-engine equipped. Absolute powerhouse of a car. Really, really wild looking. And completely transformed, what the Corvette is, or what the Corvette is supposed to be. It really took it from a muscle car to almost like an exotic, sports car or Ferrari killer, whatever you want to call it. But and then again, these are equipped with, I believe, the LT2 6.2 liter V8. So very, very cool stuff. And there you have it, folks. 8 generations of Corvettes. I think that's going to about do it for today's video. So what do you say we go ahead and get at least our new stuff, so the C7 and our 263 Corvettes from over here. We'll go ahead and get those up into the parking garage for one last look. All right, folks, so there we go. There is our 2 1963 Chevrolet Corvettes with their 327s, and that nice green and red Christmas-themed pair there looks really cool. Now we'll go ahead and scoot the parking garage down a little bit without causing too much chaos here. And we do have our 2016 Chevy Corvette there, if we can focus on it. Come on, there we go. There's our 2016 Corvette. Finally got my hands on a 7th generation Corvette. So, like I said, that's going to about do it for today's video, guys. That is the new stuff that we've added today. So make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you want to see in the next video, guys. And as always, hit the subscribe button for me so I know you enjoy the content. And I will see you in the next video.